Neil Reed,
his girlfriend, and head coach Bob Knight says the process has already begun to revoke his scholarship. Wilkerson is not the only loss for Indiana this year. Lou Moore transferred to Oklahoma after having a cup of coffee here. Herman was an academic casualty, and Hart an academic casualty after last year and transferred to Indiana State. Dick, this was not the quickest of teams to begin with. They get a lot less quick with this action.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It puts a real burden on several players that got to step up. Neil Reed's going to handle the basketball exclusively, and he's really going to have to get the offense going with some penetration. I think the guy that really could step up and get a lot more playing time and be a major factor is Charlie Miller. Also, don't be surprised.
Well, the Hoosiers are set to face Michigan. The Wolverines are coming off a big win over Penn State that created a three-way tie for first place in the Big Ten, with Indiana only one game back in the loss column. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. The Indiana backcourt, thin to begin with, is thinner still with the dismissal of Sharon Wilkerson. The sophomore guard was arrested for and charged with battery on his girlfriend. He is also going to have his scholarship revoked. Dick Vitale joins me. And Dick, what is that going to do to Indiana's basketball team?
Well, you look at Indiana, Mike, they're so thin on the perimeter to start with. And right now, without Wilkerson, they become so much thinner. Guys like Reed and Miller have to step up, but Evans has got to be the guy. Watch number 34, how he operates without the basketball. That's a lost arm. Look at Evans. He's bumping. He's getting free. And once he gets free, baby, he can stroke the jumper with the best.
Two of the premier programs in the country coming up from Bloomington. But first, let's take you back to Craig Kilborn.
Thanks, guys. Indiana wins 80% of the time at Assembly Hall. I'm Craig Kilborn with you throughout the night. Clark Kellogg joins us at halftime.
Go with Michigan and Indiana from Bloomington. Let's take a look at our Alcoa starting lineups. For Michigan, 14-4 under Steve Fisher. Freshman Lewis Bullock has given them the outside shooting they desperately needed, 41% from three-point range. For Bob Knight's Hoosier, 10-7 overall. 6'7" sophomore Charlie Miller moves into the starting lineup at guard, which could create some interesting matchup problems at both ends of the court.
He really has to step it up, Mike, and score. Miller's got scoring potential. Had 21 against Purdue last year. Came out of Miami, really highly acclaimed.
Lindemann jumps center against Baston, and Michigan will have the first possession. Travis Conlon, who's made a big difference at the point. This is White, the freshman, and Bullock with that outside shot.
You're right, Mike. What a difference he has been. Last year, they had no perimeter game. Bullock has stepped right in and has been so effective with a three-point shot.
That was his 40th three of the year. Jimmy King led the team last year, hit only 28 all season.
Wow.
This is Evans, the scoring machine.
He can shoot the three. Albert White playing the freshman. He should be able to run White into some screens. He should be able to run him into some screens.
Shot clock is down to 8. Patterson leans into one from the baseline and missed. Conlon let it go, hoping for the call, and the officials now confer.
Tom Rucker hooking up with Tom O'Neill. They decide alternate possessions. It goes over right now to Indiana. Not sure on a call.
When that discussion was going on right in front of Steve Fisher, as you see Bob Knight, and Steve Fisher's going, hey, come on, if you're going to not give me the call, at least don't do it in front of my bench.
Right, that's really an insult there right there, but they're in Bloomington.
Neil Reed, the sophomore from Metairie, Louisiana. This is Evans, has a great range. Patterson from the baseline, he's 0 for 2. Lindemann, offensive rebound.
Lindemann's a guy that's got to give him some productivity inside. He's a big space eater inside, but he got to be able to score a little bit.
He's got it low against Taylor, and Taylor will draw the foul. Maurice Taylor certainly strong enough to handle him inside. He's 6'9", 250.
I really like the dynamite duo, those Souths, when you talk about Taylor and Baston.
Oh, love Maceo Baston. He has just been a sensational player ever since he showed up at Ann Arbor. Patterson with a lean-in offensive foul on Patterson.
They get the foul on Patterson. They want him to be a little bit more aggressive. The one rap on Patterson, a tremendous player out of high school, is that he's been a little soft. There he is taking the ball to the goal. And there's the charge.
Great job by Conlon.
That's one area Michigan has really improved. People don't give them enough credit for their defensive ability.
They played sensational defense this year. It's kept them in some games when their offense hasn't worked well.
Well, in the conference, you got people under 38%.
Maceo Baston with a miss. Let's see who picks up the foul.
Maceo had his coming out party last year here when he had 13 points, 10 rebounds, and they broke, you and I did that game, a 50-game win streak at home.
That's 2 on Patterson in the first minute 23.
Keep track of that, Mike. That is really big because they're so thin to start with.
Well, if they ever get a guard in foul trouble, forget it. Now, they got some bodies they can throw up front, but mainly big, slow center kind of people.
Exactly. When you talk about their guards, Bob Knight's certainly concerned about his perimeter players. Doesn't have a whole lot on that bench. In fact, they got a walk-on who they gave a scholarship to last year. He was a walk-on, Kevin Lemmy, and now they got to use him.
He was the student manager until last year. 5-0. Mandeville, number 21, checks in for Indiana as they get Patterson out of there. Here's a double team in the backcourt. Charlie Miller. Evans for 3. Got that great long-range touch.
He made White pay that time. Didn't locate him, didn't find him, and he got the open shot.
Quickly back the other way. Bullock with a miss. Mandeville with a rebound.
I think you're going to see an emotional performance by Indiana tonight in terms of effort. Whether they have enough ability and talent to beat Michigan, that's something else. But it will not be short of an effort.
Great pass by Reed to Miller.
Good look by the little guy, Reed. That's the kid that's got to step it up. If Indiana's going to become a good basketball team, Miller's got to become really effective.
White, the freshman, misses a 3, but the offensive rebound of Maurice Taylor.
Big Mo on the inside's been a positive force. Had that big basket to beat Penn State and end the Nittany Lions' unbeaten season.
He bulked up this year. I mean, he is a solid 250.
What a screen they ran for him by Dugan Fife.
Oh, that was great. Neil Reed out of the corner for 3, and Indiana has its first lead.
Really utilizing the 3 a lot more this year. Reed shooting better than 40%, Mike, from three-point range.
Quality player, and here's Reed with a steal.
Good double up. As soon as the ball went inside, they located the post guy and doubled him up. Can't let this guy shoot it.
Evans moved after he had the screen and missed it. Mandeville with a follow, and he draws the foul.
The crowd really likes the effort right now. They're out hustling Michigan early in this game, Mike.
Maceo Baston got the personal.
We're going to watch the good look by Reed. Two-man play. See, Miller gets free inside. The defense totally breaks down. A little flash post move. Wide open. Good look by Reed.
Reed goes over to talk to Bob Knight as Willie Mitchell checks in for the first time for Michigan. He'll replace Albert White. Mitchell had a hyperextended, had knee surgery on December 7th. Missed over a month, and he is back and playing very, very well.
Yeah, they really have gotten to be very effective since that knee surgery. He's hitting threes, running the court, a transition player. Came out of a real outstanding high school program, Pershing High School.
Lindemann is a hoper at the free throw line. Shoots under 50%. And Hope didn't get it done there. He missed 2. Reed got the long carom.
Oh, he had inside. They missed Lindemann, posted for a layup.
Evans wants to post up down low.
Got to be able to see those open guys when they post. Nice screen by Evans.
Reed spins out on him, and tractor trailer with a rebound. Look at this kid. 300 pounds, and he can run.
And he has really played well in the Big Ten.
Taylor misses the attempt. Fight for it inside. Stripped away by Mitchell. Still on the floor. Another jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it back to Indiana. Or give it back to Michigan, excuse me.
Triller has really become a positive player. He had an injury, had a foot problem, was in a cast, missed about 2 weeks.
The big hand is for Haris Mujezinovic, who will check in for the first time. The young man out of Bosnia who played some in Chicago after he came to this country. Bobby Knight says he's one of the toughest, most aggressive players he's ever had.
Now, you expect me to work on that name all day. Look at Bullock knocking down the 3. I like guys like Bullock and Smith. I mean, are you kidding me? Mujezinovic. I mean, I worked on it.
No, you didn't work on it enough. It's Mujezinovic.
Oh, Mujezinovic.
And from now on, he's known as H.
I'm going to just call him Harris M. Mujezinovic. Harris, a real tough inside player at JUCO. He's a tenacious competitor.
Last foul was on Mandeville, his first. The 3rd team foul against Indiana.
Look at Ron Felling, the assistant. He's diagramming. He's charting right there. He's running all kinds of movements for Bobby Knight.
Conlon goes baseline against Reed and got caught up in a double team down low.
Conlon's really been passing the ball well for Michigan.
Big H. Kicks it outside. Mandeville showing you a little range.
Mandeville shoots the jump shot from outside. Now he's going to bump inside with Traylor. That'll be interesting to follow that matchup. They're going to get a little physical. You watch Mandeville and Traylor away from the ball. A little bumping and grinding inside.
Mandeville 7 feet tall, 250.
Look at that space eater posted inside. You talk about a wide body.
Taylor went down. I mean, there are some big kids out on that court right now. The lane is shrunken.
Traylor sets a mean screen.
Conlon tries the three. 2 Indiana players battle for it and save to Mandeville. Evans back the other way. He will draw the foul.
Nice cut without the ball by Evans. Evans a very good player, Mike, but he's certainly not a superstar. Indiana's had always a superstar to carry him. Here's Evans right now, moving without the ball. A little middle cut where he gets inside the defensive player, beats Mitchell, and gets fouled.
Dick, I don't know that you couldn't call him a superstar. The kid averages over 20 points a game. I realize his game is somewhat limited, but he gets it done.
Yeah, he really does in terms of point production, but the bottom line is, when I talk superstar, I mean somebody that makes everybody else better. And I think what he is an excellent role player, a guy that can shoot the three, move well without the ball. My definition of superstar is when they had the guys like Cheney and Isaiah Thomas.
Sure.
Those kind of people.
81% free throw shooter.
I'll give him I'll call him a star. Not a super, but I'll call him a star.
On his behalf, he appreciates
star.
It. Indiana by 2, 15-23 to go, first half. Barely get himself up.
Oh, look at the arm. Look at the pain here. You got to feel for this kid.
And guess who drew it? I'll give you one guess.
And he's down again.
Neil Reed. Last year on this court, Neil Reed was down as many times as Stallone in Rocky III, and he kept coming back and back. It was a performance I will never forget as long as I live.
We rewarded him. We gave him our MASH award for the year in our PT Pierce show because the kid was just Mr. Guts. He had shoulder surgery, by the way, during the offseason.
And came back and feels just fine and is playing like it. Here is Traylor working against Mandeville. And the foul will be on Mandeville. That's 2 on the sophomore from Pasadena, California.
Traylor gets such good post position inside, and he's so mobile.
Tied at a dozen with 15:02 to go. Traylor, the freshman out of Detroit, missed some time with an ankle sprain and a foot sprain. A very emotional player.
Violation, Michigan violation, stepping in too soon.
Maceo got in early. The amazing thing about Traylor, you can't imagine a guy that big, that light on his feet.
He's so mobile, so agile.
Now he needs to work on hostile.
He's not fragile. So I think Michigan's going to go into a little trap. Try to trap the basketball, speed up the tempo of the game, get him out of that screening ocean game.
Evans helping out, handling the ball.
He's really well coached in terms of screening, cutting without the ball.
Mujezinovic has it low. He's triple teamed and fouled. Dugan Fife will pick up the personal, his first super. Stay tuned for that. We've got a long way to go here in Bloomington.
Mujezinovic also sets up big screens. I got it right that time. Wow! Mujezinovic. I'm going to call him Harris M right now. I mean, I've called him enough that it takes too long to get it out. We're going to post it inside. Number 55. Got to step to the ball, though.
Mandeville telegraphed the pass and got it there late. Dugan Fife, last year's starting point guard, goes in. Traylor with a tip.
I'll tell you, Traylor gets good offensive rebound in position because nobody can get a space around him. Nice look inside to Evans. Oh, cool.
This is a foul, maybe a goaltending too, although it didn't look like the ball was headed toward the basket.
Look at Evans moving without the ball. That's a lost start. Look at number 34. There he is moving without the basketball. Takes it up, the little jump hook inside. Ball's got to have a chance to go in. That ball did not have a chance to go in. It was below the basket. General on that sideline, stomping. What a career, 3 national championships. Talking about the Big Ten, Mike, you and I were talking about the conference before we were on the year. There hasn't been a champ since 1989 when Michigan cut the nets down and beat Seton Hall. He cut the nets down, though, 3 times, 76, 81, and 87.
He's won 11 Big Ten titles along the way, too.
It doesn't have those kind of players right now. The talent level is nowhere near to the kind of players that used to wear the uniform for the General.
Although I've talked to several players here today, or several people here today, Dick, they seem to think the entire conference is that way, and they don't know who's going to win.
Well, the conference is wide open right now. There's so much balance. A lot of good clubs, but there aren't any really great clubs that are stepping up. Just like the ACC right now. There isn't really a dominant, great team.
There's a travel called on Mitchell as Harris M. did his job. I guess I can call him Harris M.
Yeah,
too.
Harris M. I think he likes that. Make him a star.
Here comes Evans, got by Mitchell, cut off at the baseline, and he traveled.
He definitely lifted his pivot foot. One of the special places, Bloomington, when you walk in and you see the General strut in with the red sweater, it's always a special scene. You talk about the legends that have coached the game. You may not agree with me, but you certainly got to talk Adolph Rupp, and you got to talk about certainly Hank Iba. As you watch,
oh, what an athletic play. What a great catch by Maceo Baston, and then almost at a 45-degree angle, he put it down.
Unbelievable play right there.
Harris M. backing in against him. This time he got around Baston, and Baston commits the foul. That's 2 on Maceo.
Look at the alley-oop. He's going to throw the alley-oop, make like a guard trailer. There's the catch. Look at him flying into the sky. You can't teach that. You can't teach that kind of ability. That's athletic ability when you can get up there and have that kind of timing and rhythm. What I was saying before, you think about legends, Hank Iba, certainly Adolph Rupp, John Wooden.
Traveling violation against Michigan as Bullock turns it over. Real sloppy, real physical so far.
I think the name Bob Knight's going to be thrown in there with those people.
Oh, absolutely.
It's all said and done. Dean Smith will be there as well.
No doubt.
In terms of the legends of the game. Fog Allen's got to be in there as well from out of Kansas. They are really what you call real legends. Not just great coaches, but legends.
Dick Vitale.
Oh, Dick Vitale. Been undefeated on television. Oh, nice pass. Nice skip pass.
Reed wide open for 3s. Hit a pair of those.
That's just perfect execution, utilizing the skip pass right over the top of the defense, the little zigzag maneuver, and Reed can make the open shot. His numbers indicate it.
He has 8 points. Here's Bullock. And Bullock knocks down another one.
I really like that kid. I like his guts, too, at the end of the game. He beat LSU. I mean, think about it. The diaper Denny says, give me the rock, and he wins the game on the road for Michigan.
19-15, Michigan. Here's Evans. Trying to get all the way underneath and does.
That's an excellent play. Poor job defensively by Michigan. Nobody rotated over to cut off any driving angle.
Brian Evans, the leading scorer on this team, has 7. Here's the 3 by Willie Mitchell.
That's the part of his game that has really stepped up. He was more or less a transition player, but now Mitchell has added a little perimeter game.
Evans, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Lindemann.
They're doing a great job executing offensively, Mike. Their offensive efficiency is excellent in their half-court game. They appreciate it here. They know they're short-handed, but they appreciate the effort.
Standing ovation for the Hoosiers, who trail Michigan by 3.
They get the good angle, the 45-degree angle, and Lindemann, other guys are stepping up, and Todd's got to step up. People like him have to produce. Evans is doing his job. He's got 7, but the rest of the club's chipped in with 12. You know the star, the #1 option, is going to do his job.
Now you're calling him a star.
Well, I'm star, not superstar. I can't put super in front of him. That's reserved for the Ray Allens of the world, the Kerry Kittles, the Duncans, the Cambys.
Travis Conlon back in. He gets it low to Taylor. A little baby hook in the lane.
Oh, good hustle right there. I heard some reports today.
That's Robbie Eggers. Gee whiz.
Eggers jumping into the stands. They love that here in Hoosier Land. I heard some reports today that Maurice Taylor may be entertaining the thought to go to the pros. Forget about it. He belongs in college, needs college. I mean, there's no way he's ready right now as Eggers runs into the stands, and I love Maurice. And his game can get better and better, just like John Wallace. What a great decision he made at Syracuse to come back, and now his stock has gone up and up, just like your stock, Mike. It keeps going up and up.
Conlon gets it low to Traylor, trying to work into the lane, lost it. Boy, Neil Reed is just a pest in there, but they get it to White. He missed the shot.
Robert White, one of those kids, good athletic ability, up and down as a shooter, a little inconsistent. That's expected of a young player.
Double team cuts off Evans.
Michigan really doubles up that post. Look at him swinging the basketball. Good ball movement.
Evans had the three, decided to fake it, then goes to the baseline. Follow shot is good. There's Charlie Miller.
Charlie Miller, very active. He's versatile. He can play two positions.
White lost it, going back the other way.
Miller can play the second guard slot or the wing position. He just needs confidence. He's got to start believing in himself. He's got a lot of ability and talent. Now watch Miller. There he is hustling. Nobody blocks out. Another lost art in college basketball. Blocking out, moving without the basketball.
6 turnovers against Michigan.
Indiana really carving Michigan's defense, half-court game, really apart in terms of getting great shots.
Miller has worked on that three-point shot, nearly got the shooter's roll. Eggers foul.
Again, you see anybody block out? Nobody blocking out. Everybody wants to go to the glass. Everybody wants to go to the rim. Everybody wants to go to the rack. You got to block out.
Indiana regains the lead. The first 2 for Eggers.
So he's special, Michigan, and yeah. Bobby Knight, look at him. He's unbelievable on the sideline, calling a walk-in violation. Look at Bobby Knight. Beside himself. Absolutely beside himself. Thought there was a walk-in violation. Tom Rucker's great about it, though. He'll listen. He's not quick with the tee.
He won't listen forever, though.
Oh, he'll eventually ring you up.
Travis Conlon hits a big 3.
But that was the one extra pass. Unselfish. Maurice Taylor reverses the ball. Conlon knocks it down. Met his mom and dad today at the hotel, so proud of their son.
Evans tries to counter with a 3 and dive.
Can't allow him to shoot the rock, Mike. If he squares his body, somebody better send a scouting report to the Wolverines that he can shoot.
Evans has 10. Indiana back on top.
This has been a heck of a first half.
Taylor leans in and he walked. No basket.
Maurice Taylor, outstanding year last year for a diaper dandy, was one of the instant impact players. He and Maceo Baston are special talents.
He was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
And they're so young right now, Michigan. When you look at their 2 classes, they've had 2 of the best classes in America back-to-back. Look at Steve Fisher now getting a little word in with Tommy O'Neill. O'Neill used to work in the NBA.
Eggers, top of the circle with Taylor on him, man-to-man.
See, I don't think White can check Evans. I really think it's not that he doesn't have the athletic ability and trying to get over screens. I think that's the toughest art for young people. Steve Fisher, what a job he's done recruiting. The sophomore class with Baston and certainly Taylor, and they lost Gerard Ward, who's out with an injury. You look at Roland Mitchell. Gerard Ward's out for the season with an anterior cruciate ligament damage. Last year he had tough luck, had a knee surgery, missed a lot of games.
8:59 to go in the half. Indiana by 1. Reed left wide open behind the screen. Missed it badly, but there's Evans with the follow. Traylor with a rebound.
Climbing with a good look to White.
Pull-up jumper, and he's fouled. That'll be on Reed.
Reed called for the foul on White. White showed a lot of poise right there rather than taking the ball and going in traffic and charging. They got some good-looking young players, Michigan. You talk about talent, they got the best talent in the Big Ten. I don't think anybody will argue with that. Steve Fisher would not trade that roster for anybody else's roster as they make contact on White. Like the difference between a great year and an average year is you got to win close games. Michigan has won at the end against Duke, against Washington. They beat LSU at the end, Penn State. Those are 4 games in the last like 20 seconds that could have gone the other way. And Maceo Baston was responsible for 3 of them blocking shots.
The win over Duke was huge because they had been 0 forever against Duke.
A lot of teams used to be 0 forever against Duke until recently.
Very true. Boy, and a crowd really reacting to some pushing and shoving inside as we have another foul. Somebody threw an elbow.
Nobody's going to throw elbows at this guy. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Nobody's going to throw an elbow at him. I know I'm
lose it.
What a beautiful kid, too. If you meet him, I met his grandma. I met his girlfriend down at LSU. She came over. She said she was his girlfriend. She said, hey, say hello to Robert when you see him.
Lindemann will go to the line. He's 0 for 2 there tonight. Make it 0 for 3. That was the front end of a 1-and-1.
That's the Valentine sign. You know the Valentine 3 rings, 0, 0, 0?
No, I don't. Trailer, offensive foul. And Steve Fisher is livid.
Tom Rucker with the call, one of the veteran experienced refs. Take a look at Trailer right now, going to catch the basketball, take the ball to the goal. Can't see it from that angle. I guess the defensive player was there. Rucker was right on the call.
It was Neil Reed again, who's turned drawing charges into an art form. Miller beats the 10-second line to Reed. Indiana down by 1. Lindemann, double teamed on the floor, still trying to get rid of a jump ball. Let's go back to the earlier foul and see if Reed did get his position.
There's Reed right there. Let's see if this contact. Ooh, I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
No call?
Maybe no call right there. Yeah, I think no call right there. You know, a lot of teams chart taking charges. They chart floor burns. They chart deflections to see whether or not you're playing aggressive basketball. And all those little things lead to winning.
Evans to Eggers. Now over to Reed. Reed inside to Lindemann. Conlon with the rebound.
Conlon's giving him a real lift at that point guard slot. He's played solid basketball, a perfect role play. Nice pass inside.
Maceo Baston used his quickness to get by Lindemann, but then there's a foul inside as Evans gets the rebound.
Maceo from out of Texas. Michigan's got a great recruit coming in next year. Brandon Hughes, junior college kid from out of Peoria, Illinois, a point guard with superb quickness out of Barton Junior College. First junior college player to bring it in since Ricky Green. Remember when he played in '76?
Sure. That last foul was on Maurice Taylor, and that's big because it's his third with 7:57 to go in the half. So Taylor has to come out of the ball game.
All of us talk about all the talent Michigan has. They got a lot of name star players, but they're not a very deep basketball team.
And they're real young. They're not used to playing together yet. Evans strokes another free throw.
I love the way he strokes his shot, Mike. Watch the follow-through, the rotation. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. It's Mike Patrick, one of his favorite players, Brian Evans, a star, and those are star numbers. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Those are star numbers. My partner's 100% right. Not super, but star.
And you look at him, you're amazed that he's got 105 steals in his career. Indiana by 1.
Number one, the only unbeaten team in America right now. If you look at the top 25, the Big East, to me, the strongest conference in America. Big Ten has 4 in the top 25, but nothing up there with the heavyweight club. Villanova, great performance, blowing out North Carolina by 20. And Georgetown certainly been tough. And Connecticut, Bobby Knight sung their praises today.
Mitchell, a little off-balance jumper, knocks it down, and Michigan regains the lead.
Mitchell has become really big for them coming off the bench. Hey, think about this. Connecticut beat Indiana by 35.
Yeah, that one got ugly. Travis Conlon. It's got to be the 5th jump ball we've had tonight with bodies all over the floor.
Well, that's the sign of the clubs are hustling. They're scrapping. Yesterday, I saw 2 clubs hustle. Kansas with 4 burns like you couldn't believe out of John Vaughn, their All-American, in Oklahoma with Ryan Miner. It was so beautiful to see 2 All-Americans diving on the floor.
Michigan by 1, 7:20 on a turning clock from Bloomington. Mitchell's going to have to pick up the scoring. He and Bullock with Maurice Taylor out of there with foul trouble.
Now I can understand why Gary Williams was brokenhearted when he left the Maryland area. I mean, he was He was brokenhearted. You can see why. He's going to be a star. He's going to be a big-time scorer at Michigan.
He's one of those no-conscience shooters. If he misses the first 10, the 11th one still looks good.
And he's got that air about him, that cocky little air in a positive way. You got to have that. You got to feel. If you don't feel you're good at what you do, you're in a whole lot of trouble, young people. Look at Bullock. Look at him squaring his body. I really believe, Mike, when you got a passion and love for what you're doing and you believe in yourself, that's half the battle. And don't allow the word can't to be part of your vocabulary for your young people. headlines down here with the Sharon Wilkerson case, which you documented on the top of the show. Bobby Knight put him off the team permanently, is now trying to revoke his scholarship, or is going to revoke his scholarship, and he can appeal. But, you know, I salute Bobby Knight. I'm just sick and tired of players not understanding the responsibilities they have. Putting a hand on anyone, Mike, is a no-no. I didn't think Lawrence Phillips should have played this year.
This has become a national epidemic and a national tragedy. Neil Reed with a runner. Rebound goes to Bullock.
The one thing Indiana has to be very careful, they can't allow Michigan, who has better quickness, to get into a transition game.
Mitchell just inside the three-point line. White offensive rebound, but Reed knocked it away.
White is a good rebounder. Charlie Miller, they're going to get him some shots. He can stroke it.
Well, he had an opening there and passed on it.
He's got to learn how to utilize screens. That's part of the Indiana system, how to use the screen.
Evans gets free.
Oh, nice head fake. Nice fake. Oh, he didn't convert.
Boy, he'll make 9 out of 10 of those as Mitchell went down hard with some body contact. Still Michigan by 5. White spins out on the 3. Evans with a great block out. Somehow Mitchell still got the basketball.
Big possession right now. Indiana's got to rotate it and get it over. Reed wide open, wants the ball. Has been screaming for it.
And Lindemann tries to make a tough pass and airmails it out of bounds. And Evans went down hard.
Muye Zinovich comes back in.
Very nice.
I worked in front of the mirror. I was in front of that mirror preparing and preparing. There's a look at Harris M. I called it once, Harris. I'm not going to do it twice now.
Tough low post player, played at Joliet Junior College. It's amazing how many big-time programs have junior college players and transfers from other schools now. Just amazing. It never used to happen.
Exactly, not like it is now.
White, oh, big-time move, but missed the shot.
Super quickness by Albert White, a big-time move.
Harris Sam, nice catch. And then what?
Look at Tommy Young. He looked at the bench. He was ready to slap a T on the Michigan bench. But
he never made the signal after he made the call, called traveling. And you're right, the bench came up and he was looking to hit somebody with a T and never made the travel call.
Exactly, never gave the signal.
Ninth turnover against Indiana. Michigan has committed 8.
1989, that dream run. Stepped in for Bill Frieda, won that title. Ramil Robinson at the end of the game. Hit the gold trophy in Ann Arbor.
And Dick, you look at his record in the NCAAs, 20-6. You think how marvelous that is? I remember John Wooden's during that streak was 44-1.
44-1, amazing. As you watch Maceo Baston with that little spin inside.
Maceo Baston has 8. The lead has grown to 7.
It's getting to a dangerous time now for Indiana. They got to convert.
Nice pass to Harris M. Baston blocked it from behind and then let him go.
Muye Zinovich stayed with it.
Evans may have gotten away with a push that time. Now a fight for the rebound, and Mitchell is tied up with Mandeville. Well, get your VCR cranked up. The Super Bowl Marathon starts Saturday night on ESPN2. Highlights of Super Bowl 1 through 29 non-stop. Trivia question for Mr. Vitale. Do you remember which Super Bowls Pittsburgh and Dallas played in against each other?
Wow, you're putting me on the spot. That was years ago, though. I know that.
Years ago is not a good answer.
Years ago is not a good answer.
No.
I'm terrible with trivia, Mike. I can't handle trivia.
Well, let's think about it for a second. Reed needed that bucket.
Reed can make the open shot. He's just got to get himself open a little bit more. Get a little hungrier to want to shoot the rock. You can't just be content passing the ball.
36-33. And a travel.
Interesting that Indiana is hanging like they are without Andre Patterson.
Timeout. 36-33 Michigan. 36-33 Michigan with a slim lead with 3:51 to go in the first half. The Super Bowl isn't the only thing going on this weekend in Arizona. Tune in Wednesday at 4 p.m. First round coverage of the Phoenix Open. Vijay Singh looks to defend the title. It'll run Wednesday through Saturday because, of course, The Super Bowl.
I don't know the answer, Mike. You got to give me the answers now. Come on.
Super Bowl 10, Super Bowl 13. Dallas against Pittsburgh.
Wow.
And speaking of trivia, Indiana comes into this game with 7 losses. When was the last time Indiana had 7 losses through 17 games?
Oh, look at this right here. Wow. 7 losses. They won the title in 1981.
Probably not going to happen this year.
They had a guard that year by the name of Isaiah. Doing a great job right now with Toronto. The Raptors as Reed following it. He must have heard me. I said, shoot the rock, Reed. He's shooting the rock.
Reed has 11 points, and we are tied.
See, he has to pick up scoring with the loss now of Wilkerson on the perimeter.
Reed has hit 3 out of 5 3-point shots.
I'd go to Maceo Baston. I don't believe Harris is quick enough. Zinovich isn't quick enough to play him down to the post.
Charlie Miller nearly took it away. Bullock will pull up for another 3. He is deadly.
Hey, up in Ann Arbor, maize and blue. You got the making of a star, a special player in Lewis Bullock.
He has 15 in the first half, 39-36. And has hit all 5 of his 3s. Reed nearly followed. Evans missed on the easy follow. Excuse me, that was Mandeville. And he was staring right at the hole and couldn't get it down. Coming up on the Delta Faucet halftime report, Clark Kellogg, Craig Kilborn standing by. You'll see UConn in action. Marcus Canby is back tonight. Jordan against Ewing.
That's great news to know Marcus is going to play. As we see the walk-in violation right in front of Fisher's bench. Marcus Canby, to me, midseason was the player of the year. They need him tonight, too. Pittsburgh's a very dangerous team. Just call John Thompson and ask John about what happened when the Hoyas went up to Pittsburgh.
They shot lights out that night.
They're very capable, Ralph Willard's club. Dangerous opponent tonight for the unbeaten Massachusetts team.
19 turnovers combined first half. Dugan Fife tries to dish it off. They can't get a shot out of it. Mitchell. Rebound to Charlie Miller.
Fife has really accepted his role coming off the bench. Had 67 starts in a row coming into this year. Lost his starting job. Played great against Illinois when he had 11 points off the bench.
Evans, nice feed down low, and the bucket goes. It's Harris M.
I'll tell you one thing, not fancy at all, but the big M converts.
The lead is cut to 1. The foul on the drive.
There's only one team I've seen this year that I can classify as a dominating basketball team, Mike. And I really believe if they play to their maximum and everybody else plays to their maximum, they will not be beaten, and that is Kentucky. So deep at 2
When they play well, it's a little scary. It's like they're in the wrong league.
So many potential NBA players on that roster. When you look at that roster, Jimmy V, our buddy, used to always say, if you're going to contend for a national title, you better have 3 NBA players in your roster.
They may have 6.
They got at least 6.
Neil Morton checks in for the first time for Michigan. Both of these teams going very deep into their bench in the first half. We had a lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers here in the first half.
Bullock very good on the free throw line as well. I like the best part about his game is the fact that he's not afraid to want the basketball at winning time.
If you shot that well, you'd want it too.
Yeah, nothing like guys that can stroke the basketball. I'll tell you, that's the one art. If I were coaching today, I want to find guys that can stroke it and guys that can get on the glass and rebound like our guy Clark Kellogg. He was a great offensive rebounder.
That he was. Reed cut off as he looks baseline. Evans had to go up to save that one.
There's the screens across the lane. They're always bumping and screening across that lane.
Chris Rolls, number 4, is in for the first time.
That was typical Indiana Clinic basketball. Movement without the ball, screen, pass, go away, and make the open shot. And the crowd stands. They appreciate it. They love it here in Bloomington. Oh, they love it. They're going wacky. They're going wild.
14 points for Neil Reed. We are tied again at 41, and Reed is at 4 out of 7 from downtown.
Every time you and I do one of these games, they seem to always be special. A lot of emotion, a lot of intensity. Last year, a 50-game win streak went out the window. Home winning streak. Michigan said no to the Hoosiers.
Indiana would like to get a little payback for that.
They lost the last 3 times to the Wolverines.
Mandeville from long range.
Oh, Richard. Sir Richard delivers.
Here's a foul on Rolls on the drive.
The motion game of Indiana. Look at Evans moving without the basketball. There he is now, but he's going to fake the shot, and he's going to pass to Reed, making that one extra pass. Just a signal, a part, really a signature of the Indiana execution. Make the extra pass.
Bullock 2 for 2 from the line, now make it 3 of 3.
So many good young players, though, in the Big Ten. And everybody that's writing their obituary better face reality. It runs in cycles. They will be back eventually, no doubt about it.
Made them all from the free throw line, all from three-point range. 19 in the first half for Lewis Bullock. Tied at 43, under a minute to go in the half. It's been a dandy so far.
Been really exciting. High-paced game.
Chris Rolls, a transfer from Carl Sandburg Junior College. He's number 4 in the backcourt now with Neil Reed.
He's had an ankle problem. Worked today on his shot here at Dan Dockage. He's feeling it tonight. What's that saying, Mike? He's in the zone, baby. He's in the zone.
Hello. 17 points. It's been a great battle between Reed and Bullock.
The two little guys making like they're 7-footers. They ought to let them check each other. Rolls is supposed to be a good defender.
Bullock can't hit it at the end. Now Mitchell will try for 3. No.
What a great half. What a super half of basketball. Come on back and join us after the half.
Reed and Bullock putting on quite a show, and Indiana leads by 3 at home. Right now, let's check in with Craig Kilburn. Craig?
Thank you, guys. Good game. Neil Reed with 17 points.
Wonderful emotion in the first half, Dick, and just some incredible shooting by both teams.
You know, we've heard so much about the lost art of shooting the basketball, but not tonight. It's been a brilliant shooting display, especially by the two perimeter people. Look at Lewis Bullock. But the little guy, Neil Reed, says, anything you can do, I can do better. And he's knocked down 5 threes. So it's been a shootout by the two little guys, Bullock and Reed. And Indiana is a +3.
Reed with 17 points, already well above his average. And Lewis Bullock approaching a career high as he has 19 points. The best game of his freshman season and his career was 22 earlier this season. Dick, these teams have actually shot better from three-point range than they have from inside. Just a tremendous display. Indiana shooting 58.3 from outside. Michigan shooting 50% from outside.
Yeah, both clubs really executing well offensively to get good-looking shots from the perimeter, not just 4 shots. Indiana played that first half without Andre Patterson, who's really been in fire. As we look here at the 2-point shooting and the 3-point shooting, you can see the numbers are higher from the trifecta. Patterson got those 2 quick fouls. Look at his shot. Look at his shot. Do you see what I see?
It looks like a zone, doesn't it?
I can't believe it. Bobby Knight's playing a zone. Clark Kellogg, we got to go back to the files. The last time I remember them playing a zone was you and I were stunned several years ago when David Rivers played for Notre Dame and Indiana came out for about 3-4 minutes and played the zone. Look at the zone. 2-3. You're not going to see that, people. Put that away. Look at the hole right there in the 2-3. They don't know how to play it. See the big hole in the middle? Wow. The general goes to a little shock treatment right there. Adjusting.
And on that zone defense, Andre Patterson immediately picks up his 3rd personal foul.
Wow. I didn't even see that, Mike. I guess blind on my left eye. I missed it. Thanks for bailing me out, buddy. I mean, he's got 3 already.
Hey, you got me on Tuesday, Brent on the weekends. You're fine.
Wow.
Brent and I have to get together one night. Just spend some time together.
Oh, look at it inside-outside.
Charlie Miller. White with a rebound. Knocked away by Miller. Picked up by Lindemann.
It was a good execution there with the inside-outside. Miller just didn't knock it down.
Lindemann off balance. Almost falling down and drained it.
Hey, falling down. But everything's falling down. Just like those raindrops. They're falling down.
Remember 3 years ago, Bob Knight said he's got a chance to be a great player. He does not use that term very often.
Well, he's been disappointed that he hasn't really developed. Oh, look at Miller getting ahead. Jam City. Hello. Hello. A little jam time. Slam jam bang. In Hoosier land.
6 points for Charlie Miller, and that's the lead.
Look at the 2-3. I think this has got Michigan a little bit stunned for a moment.
Bullock. Must have stunned him. That's his first miss. Patterson. Short.
Michigan's not doing a good job rotating back defensively.
That would have been a huge bucket. Here's White. He misses from outside. Follow. Oh, Maceo Baston, what a play.
Maceo Baston, one of my favorite players. I think he's going to become a real star once he gets a little bit stronger physically.
Steve Fisher said he never had a player so easy to coach. He has 10 points.
A terrific attitude.
Evans, pay a lot of attention to him.
Michigan doubles down on the basketball, leaving guys wide open. And Neil Reed
hits another three. Neil Reed has 20 points, a career high.
In the zone, baby. Mr. Reed is in that zone, and the pep band loves it.
Baston, triple team. Ray Walk.
Got into the hole against that zone. I cannot believe it, people. I cannot believe it, and neither can he. The 2-3 zone. And here comes Mr. Reed. The little guy kicks it out to Miller, and Miller's going to finish it off in transition from out of Miami.
Reed averaging only 4 assists a game. The lead is 7 for the Hoosiers. Low to Lindemann. Nice drop step.
Nice move inside, showing some of the skills that Bobby Knight said he has, but just has not demonstrated them in game action. Look at that zone. 2-3.
He's shown him on the last 2 possessions.
Playing big with the 7-footer in the middle of the 2-3. Evans on a wing with Patterson.
Good composure by Baston against the double team. Bullock for 3.
Can't leave him open. You got to match up and find him. You got to find him. He's got that great stroke, the rotation.
Bullock has 22. That matches his career high. So the shooting guards are having a ball here tonight.
Oh, Lindemann had the ball. They missed him. You got to recognize when a post player is open. I'm sure Bobby Knight's going to show him that possession. He was wide open, sealing off, had the hand up for the dunk, and they never spotted him on the inside.
11th turnover by Indiana. Michigan has committed 13.
See the gap right there. Look at the gap in the seam. He gets right in the crease of the zone and knocks it down. If you play the 2-3 zone, you got to match up a la John Chaney. He should give clinics all over America. No, you know why? He says, I don't want to give clinics. I don't want to play that matchup like I do.
Bullock has hit 6 of 8 of his threes.
People better not concede Mass the championship of that conference as we watch a turnover. The Atlantic 10, Virginia Tech and Temple are going to be heard from.
Maceo Baston lost that one.
It's been a great college game. It's really been a great college game.
Baston will get a breather. And Traylor, the big guy, literally checks in. 55-49 Indiana. Patterson. He takes it in. The bucket wouldn't go, but he'll draw the foul on Traylor.
He's got a lot of ability, Mike. He's going to become a special player. You could start to see a little bit more aggressiveness that he has now offensively. Had the big game against Illinois, 20 points, 12 rebounds. This is why he was so heavily recruited. I remember Howard Garfinkel, Super Garf, telling me about the young man, saying he possesses so many skills, and he said, what a phenomenal kid. Bobby said tonight, he said, not a good kid, a great kid.
And you can just see he stepped up his point production once they've gotten into conference play.
He said, all I want him to do is get tougher and tougher and tougher.
Had a great game against Illinois, probably the best game he's played since he's been in Indiana. 20 points, 11 boards.
Played well also against Purdue in a loss. Knocked down some threes. There's that 2-3 zone. That's right, America. That's right, coaches. I guarantee all the coaches watching the shock seeing the 2-3 zone by Indiana. They don't really play well. Trail is wide open in the middle, but it's bothering them. It's going to make Michigan shoot over the top.
57-49, nearly got the steal. Patterson had a hand on it. Shot clock down to 10.
There's a big gap right behind the foul line area. See right in there where they went? Big gap right inside there. Great execution.
Maurice Taylor gets the shooter's roll. It's 57-51. Taylor has only 4 points. He averages over 14.
There's a big hole in that zone right behind the foul line.
Evans airmailed one over the head of Lindemann. Timeout, 15:42 to go in the game. Indiana at home leads by 6.
just a shot. Now look at the open area right behind the foul line area. There's a big gap in that area. They're not familiar playing it, but it is something different, and it's a stunner. And there's the gap right there. The ball bounces in the hands of Taylor. He takes advantage. Traylor could have had it as well. I think that's a good coaching maneuver right there by the general. I'll tell you, this guy didn't win. You ready for this? You talk about winning 669 games in his career. Oh, look at Connecticut. Blowout City. Cupcake time tonight.
West Virginia may finally win one in the Big East.
I'll tell you, that's a special place. I've only been here once when I coached at Rutgers, and those fans get after it down in West Virginia. Gail Catlett.
Don't they ever?
Oh, nice play. Great two-man game.
Then Mitchell missed it, but Traylor tipped it in. Mitchell's been down about 4 times tonight.
Good cut by Mitchell without the basketball. Traylor finishes it.
Evans for 3.
How would you like to play horse against him? Let him spot up and shoot the jumper against you.
He has 15 points. You'd lose a lot more than you'd win.
I'll tell you one thing. He's going to play at the next level because anybody can stroke the ball like that. There's a place for him.
60-53.
Here's that 2-3 zone. Now they're packing it in a little bit now. Down in that middle area. See the middle? Look at wide open. Look at the middle right there. Traylor, get him the ball.
Maurice Taylor, nice touch on the turnaround jumper.
Traylor was wide open in the 3-second area, but Taylor knocks it down.
Taylor has 6 now, and the lead cut to 5. I don't know how many of these we have done. The Michigan-Indiana games over the past 10 years, maybe 7 or 8 of them. They're special. Evans again, this time for 2.
I'll never forget the one up in Ann Arbor when Indiana won by 1, and Chris Webber and company. Webber almost made a great offensive rebound at the end.
Evans has 17. Every time it looks like Michigan's going to make a little run, Indiana boosts
Traylor wide open.
Nice dish inside, and Mitchell scores, and he's fouled.
Created by Traylor getting free in that 3-second area, which is wide open. They step to him, and he finds the open man. See, watch Traylor now step right in the foul line area, which is wide open, and there's the dump down to Mitchell. Get a little triangle. Willie squares his body, Pershing high school star.
First foul of the night on Lindemann. And Mitchell goes to the line. Needs to work on his free throw shooting, only 57%. Traylor has it. There's Bullock for 3. Mitchell nearly got the tip. And the Michigan bench rose as one, wanting a push-off underneath. Now the Indiana fans wanted to call on Mitchell. It has been very physical and getting more so. Nice head fake by Ray. Pass to Lindemann. Missed the shot. Got the rebound.
Great second effort. But that was freed up because of the respect on Reed. The defense reacted to Reed and it allowed the open guy on the baseline. Hey, Lindemann's playing the best I've ever seen him.
I was just going to say the same thing. He's made 3 plays tonight that I don't think he has ever made during his career at Indiana.
Is Michigan trying to overload against the zone?
He's made them all in the second half. Mitchell from long range.
The zone is making Michigan shoot from deep.
Boy, Taylor tried a real tough follow and had it knocked out of bounds.
I'll tell you, the Michigan coaches on that sideline must be just absolutely amazed. As you look at right here, look at the winningest coaches. Don Haskins, we sent our best to him, had triple bypass surgery. I found out today, he said it was triple bypass, and they said he's doing really well. His buddy Norm Ellenberger told me that. He was an assistant at Indiana.
And why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he belongs in the Hall of Fame. 1966. Wins that national title. There's Traylor, which is still inside.
Well, once he gets that close, he can power it up against anybody.
You know, February 5th, I believe the balloting is tallied and the announcement's made. He's been nominated for the Hall of Fame. There are a lot of guys in there with less credentials than Mr. Haskins, I can guarantee you.
Won a miracle national championship. There's a 3 for Patterson.
He's going to become special. I mean, here's a kid in his second year. I've even been guilty of saying, gee, maybe he's not as good as his high school reputation. But we have to remember, he's only in his second year, as was pointed out to me by a writer a couple of weeks ago.
A standing ovation by the Indiana fans, quieted by Bullock, who knocks down another 3. He has 25.
This has been unbelievable. What a performance by the little guy, Bullock.
Reed goes low to Patterson.
Oh, nice double down, but they kick it right out.
Lindemann doesn't get the touch, but Evans tipped it in.
I think
it's a good game.
Everybody's feeling it. I mean, you can just feel all the guys are into it, all the players, the coaches, the fans.
Evans now has 19, 7 in the second half. Dugan Fife will run the club. He's played so much better off the bench here as a senior. He's the captain of the team. Bullock goes right by Evans, then got caught, nearly made the basket. And here is Reed and Traylor exchanging forearms. And as tough as Neil Reed is, son, I got some advice for you.
Stay away.
You're picking on the wrong guy.
Yes, sir. You got that right. Look at Bullock right now. He's going to drive, penetrate, draw the contact.
There, you can look at Neil Reed.
No, Neil. Come on, Neil. No. You don't want any part of Mr. Traylor.
Neil's about 175 pounds, and I think the Tractor may have had that for lunch.
I tell you, the Tractor's a beautiful kid. I got to know him a little bit at Sonny Vaccaro's All-American game, the Magic Johnson Round Ball Classic, and just a great kid.
Bullock's been perfect from the free throw line, knocks down an over.
Look at Reed. No, Traylor's saying no. No, Neil, come on now. You know better than that.
Don't mess with me, big guy.
Beautiful stroke on that foul line.
What a beautiful touch. Bullock has 27 points, and we have 11:46 left. Some game. It's the 100th year of the Big Ten Conference. The conference has had 9 NCAA championships in the 57 years of the tournament. 6 of those champions were either Michigan or Indiana, and this year marks the 20th anniversary of Indiana's perfect season when they beat Michigan for the national championship.
Win Buckner took that layup right there, number 21. Win, who does an outstanding job as an analyst. Bobby Knight, one of his favorite players, Mr. Buckner.
I wonder if he still got that jacket.
The jacket, yeah, the jacket he was wearing there in that game.
You want to look like a horse blanket with lapels.
I'll tell you one thing, he looked a lot slimmer there, too. And
Didn't we all?
You mentioned undefeated. I don't think we'll ever see a team in the Big Ten go undefeated 2 years in a row in Big Ten action like they did in 75 and 76. Think about that, 36 straight wins.
5-point lead. Michigan with the ball as Patterson rolls one over the rim. 11:20 to go in the game.
Come back up.
Fife for 3. Dugan Fife, who was afraid to take a shot last year, has come off the bench firing this season and has made a big difference from outside.
Big basket by Fife and a big steal by Fife. He's been a plus off the bench.
Fife, nice job. From behind.
Great play by Miller, and Evans gets the dunk. But you got to credit Miller.
What a turnaround. Holy cow. Charlie Miller came from behind.
4-point turnaround. A 4-point turnaround. Indiana's got to come out of that zone now.
Lost it.
Give it to Reed. He can't make the layup, but he can make the 3.
Reed got the tip.
Or Evans. I told you before, Mike, we're going to see an emotional effort today. These kids are playing so hard. I can tell you this. I talked to some people, and they said off the record, they're a little bit happier playing without Mr. Wilkerson.
Well, they're showing it tonight.
There's a look at Fife. Look at the steal. Tough, hard-nosed. His dad was a coach and player at Michigan. But there's Miller who says, no, baby. I got the great angle on that one. And there's Evans finishing it off. You know, we always talk about chemistry. And I really believe that Indiana now has more chemistry without Wilkerson. If you talk to people on the end, they will flat out tell you he was a problem in the locker room in many incidents they had. Well, you know about the fact how he got upset at practice one day and he broke the jaw of Harris M. He had to wear that mask. He had several incidents in the past when he was in high school. He's named Mr. Basketball and refused. Ready for this?
Came out of the game, didn't he?
Came out of a game in an All-Star, Kentucky and Indiana, because he didn't like the playing time he's getting. They took away the title. It's time to grow up. He's got time. I wish anybody a second and third chance, but come on, Sharon, you're young enough to get your life in order.
White, a big 3. Boy, Michigan has hit some pressure shots when Indiana's been on the verge of blowing them out of here.
That's a big play by White. I don't want to be so tough, Mike. I've made mistakes in my life, but it's important for Sharon to realize he is young and he can't get his life in order. There will be people out there that want to help him, but it's up to him to want that help.
Never beat up your girlfriend, though, did you?
Oh, I'll tell you what, laying a hand on any lady is a no-no, or any person is a no-no.
Super Tuesday continues when we're done here. An SEC West matchup, Alabama against Arkansas. The Crimson Tide on top of the West with a 4-2 conference record.
Poise and patience now important for Indiana. Michigan's a club that's not going to go away. You know that. They're too talented.
Tough pass in there for Evans to catch in the middle of that defense. Still a battle for it. And they're saying Indiana got a 20-second timeout to maintain possession of the ball. Is that it, or is it going the other way?
No, it's 20-second timeout. Tom Rucker with the call.
Tune in Wednesday to an ACC Big East doubleheader. First, the Big East Classic.
Year in and year out, puts 20 better wins a year, and he just doesn't get any kind of respect, even from some of his people.
And what a shot clock leaning down, drains it.
Only shooters make that happen. Only shooters make that happen. They're playing man-to-man now. Came out of the zone.
Maybe as long as we've ever seen a 2-3 here. White will try another three.
I think
good rebound by Miller.
I think Indiana would like to see White shoot that shot. I'd go to Patterson. I'd go to Patterson.
Nice drop step by Patterson. The lead is 7.
Andre Patterson on the inside. A star is being born. I'm telling you right now, Andre Patterson's going to start to go to the next level.
He has 7 right now. He's working against Baston inside. This one's knocked away. There's Neil Reed with Dugan Fife right with him, and another jump ball. We may have set a record tonight.
I don't mean by this game that he's becoming a star, though, Mike. I just simply mean as we watch Evans right now with all kinds of pressure, the clock winding down, and he gets it off. And look at the rotation. See the backspin?
Andre Patterson, you just can see that he's really stepped up as a player over the last 2 weeks.
Never had a triple-double in his career. He's got a chance. Needs 4 more rebounds and 1 more assist. In fact, there's never been a player at Indiana that's had a triple-double. That's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. You know why? The team concept. Well, let's hope Dugan's not hurt here. Hard-nosed, tough kid. Comes from a great family. His dad was an assistant to Johnny Orr with some of those great teams that Johnny had at Michigan.
And a captain of the 71 team, so he's following in his father's footsteps, and he went down hard. It has been an extremely physical game tonight.
Steve Fisher, such a classy guy. Really one of the soft-spoken coaches. As we're going to watch the contact right here on Fife. Plays so hard. Tenacious competitor.
He looks like he caught a hip from Lindemann. And that may be a hip pointer. But he is obviously in discomfort.
Brian Dutcher, fine assistant, along with Scott Perry, had lunch with both guys today. They really speak so highly of their leader. They do an excellent job charting, evaluating. Helped me today when I got in from Lawrence, Kansas, giving me a breakdown of what to expect.
Got another free lunch, did you?
No, I paid Lindemann. I watched Lindemann posted inside. But I'll tell you one thing, they never talked about a 2-3 zone, Mike.
Lindemann has 11 points. He's approaching a career high, which is 13.
Man-to-man right now.
Maceo Baston, followed by Taylor.
Taylor and Baston, what a combination. The Super Souths are going to be special, and they better stay in school.
The lead is 7 as we approach 8 minutes.
See, one of the reasons I think Indiana played the zone is to rest some of their people. Not a deep plug.
Oh, nice little turnaround inside.
Look at Lindemann.
Probably nice saying it, all the Hoosier fans. Where have you been, Todd? Where have you been, big guy?
13 points, ties a career high. And tonight he is looking like the player they thought he might be for 4 years. Taylor partially blocked by Evans and Lindemann. The lead is 9. And I don't know why the stoppage of play. Somebody may have gotten hurt.
Contact? Are they looking for a contact?
Or Maceo Baston may be cut. That's why they've stopped it. And with blood, you're going to call a timeout and get him off the floor. But Todd Lindemann having the game of his life if they don't beat him to death on the bench. So 70's pretty good, isn't it, Craig? 81-72 here. Indiana by 9. Still 7:28 to go in this game. And I misspoke. I said that Lindemann had matched his career high. He's matched his season's high with 13. Career high is 18. But he has 13 points, 3 rebounds, 10 of those points coming in the second half.
You know, Mike, it's not only the point totals, it's the effort. It's the way he's really locked up inside, his aggressiveness.
Foul on Mitchell as he reaches in trying to apply pressure. It's going to be 3 on Mitchell. And personal fouls may be a problem for both teams before this one's over. They piled up a lot in the first half.
Bobby Knight, I really believe, saved some gas for his club by going to that zone.
It's easier to rest that way, isn't it?
Exactly. Players have a tendency to, get a little relaxed in the 2-3 zone. Shouldn't, but they do. And you're not exerting the effort you are as you're playing on a man-to-man.
Patterson, good head fake to get wide open, then he missed the shot.
He's got a lot of skills, multi-talented.
Crowd wanted a turnover in backcourt, didn't get it.
Miller now matched up on Bullock.
Conlon for 3.
Conlon wide open. Bullock really drawing all the attention.
The sophomore from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, cuts the lead to 6. He has half a dozen tonight.
Plays for an outstanding high school coach, Doug Essler.
Lindemann looking for the pass. This is Miller to Reed. Reed's forgotten about shooting here since he was so hot.
Showed a little more attention when he's wide open here.
Evans, great reverse.
Nice reverse layup by Evans. Reed was wide open, but Evans with that good baseline drive.
Evans has 27. The lead's back to 8.
Reese Taylor wide open in the 3-second area, but he got an offensive foul. No, they're going to walk first. Maurice wants the foul. Look at Conlon showing leadership ability. Say, Maurice, calm down, calm down.
The Indiana lead showing no sign of cracking. It's 17 Michigan turnovers, too, Dick.
If you want to stay on top in the Big Ten in terms of being in contention as Reed knocks it down, you better win at home. And they haven't lost in the Big Ten yet this year at home.
Neil Reed makes the lead 11. He has 23.
Danger time right now for Michigan. Each possession gets bigger and bigger.
Reed has hit 7 out of 10 from 3-point range. There's a foul. They may also get goaltending. Let's check it.
Did he make the call for the goaltending call?
No, not yet.
I didn't think it was goaltending, Mike. I really didn't think it.
No, it's a 2-shot foul.
Take a look right here as Reed knocks it down and Rucker with the trifecta sign. Look at Reed squaring up, nobody on him. How could you leave him wide open? How could you leave him wide open with all the threes he's knocked down?
7 out of 10. He has increased his season percentage, 48% coming in. He's got to be over 50 now. Last year he shot 31%, so he worked hard on that shot.
Well, just Tony Delk the other day went 9 for 12. 27 points for Kentucky. All his points came from the trifecta. What a momentum builder that is.
Mitchell hits them both to cut the lead back to single digits with 5:36 left. Here comes the pressure.
Indiana going to really now face a lot of pressure. They're going to be looking and thinking about potential double teams. That means you got to reverse the ball, step somebody to the basketball. I just love Michigan and Indiana games.
Lindemann!
Todd Lindemann says, Coach, I can flat out play, Coach. Give me some PT.
Lindemann has 15, and back the other way comes Mitchell, and the foul will be on Brian Evans.
Lindemann with the screen. Most dangerous guy is the guy that lays the screen. He steps back from the screen and he's wide open. See that? The screener becomes the most dangerous player on the floor. Lay a screen, step back from the screen. Steve Orford used to do a great job at running off screens.
Look at this, 15 points tonight, Dick, and more than the points, and you mentioned the effort. He's made some nice-looking moves, like he's showing a lot of confidence, and I never saw that before.
And he's been a factor inside with his size defensively.
The last one was a non-shooting foul, only a 5th on Indiana. Here's the turnover, and then Evans with a 1-on-2 turns it right back over. Bob Knight was not pleased with that. Bullock trying to get his offense going in the second half. Damn. The follow is good by Maceo Baston.
Maceo playing up on the rim with a good conversion, offensive rebound. Michigan has to be careful of trying to do it too quickly and players getting away from their system and trying to become just one-on-one.
After a slow start, Maceo Baston has a dozen.
Indiana, you want to manage that clock.
Great effort by Lindemann to save the loose ball, and he is fouled over the back.
You don't want to get too conservative offensively, Mike, but you really want to utilize some clock with each possession if you're Indiana.
Foul on Traylor is his 4th.
Ball jammed inside. Now Traylor trying to go over the top. They got contact on Traylor.
That's a 4th team foul against Michigan. I don't either.
I don't know about that call. Both guys going for the ball. Tough call to make.
4:24 and counting.
Got to use that clock. Spread out. Spread it out offensively. Make Michigan have to spread out. Get better looks. You get some wide open shots.
Shot clock at 15 seconds. Reed.
Oh, he's awesome, baby, tonight. He's on fire. He's on fire. Call the fire chief, baby. He's burning down the nets.
A career-high 26 for Reed, and then Lindemann blocks Traylor. Conlon for 3.
Lindemann has been dreaming of a game like tonight.
Maceo Baston leans into one, draws the foul on Lindemann. That'll be his 3rd. But this young man needs to get a videotape of tonight's performance because this is the best I ever saw him play.
And the best everybody's ever seen him play. And I'll guarantee Coach Knight will have him in the office tomorrow. He'll show him the video, and he'll say, this is what we need, Todd, the rest of the year. I'll tell you, there was a little bit of a happy feeling. Guys will not share it because, you know, guys worry about peer pressure. But they felt like a relieved team in terms of some of the tension and pressure with the presence of Wilkerson. You got to have chemistry. I think the one thing when you look at Massachusetts and Kentucky's and you look at Kansas and North Carolina's, those teams love playing with each other. They really enjoy it. The coaches are able to convey that to their team. You take a look at Indiana with all their stars. They've set that all aside with a common goal of winning.
Maceo Baston at the line.
Lindemann now stepping in, the 7-footer from the Upper Peninsula. That's hockey territory up in Michigan. Not too much hoops up there. You're not going to see too many Division I hoop stars coming out of the Upper Peninsula in Michigan.
That was a glove save there. Indiana leads by 10 with 3:48 to go. It's 10-point lead for Indiana as Michigan trying to go 5-1 in the Big Ten. Our PMW storyline. Michigan shooting very well from long range. Bullock with 27 points. But Indiana shooting even better. Brian Evans has 27. And
Fife is hurt.
Chipped in.
Fife is hurt. Fife can't play. They got to get him out of the lineup. Number 11. He's hurt.
Remember, he went out earlier with a hip injury.
Look at him holding his hip. Yeah. He's holding his hip. They got to get him out of the lineup.
And Steve Fisher is up, and he's got a substitution ready. He can barely move out there. Lindemann!
Referee, he's trying to get a timeout, Fife. He's hurt. He's hurt.
They waited a long time for Todd Lindemann's come-out party. Might be tonight.
You got to give this kid a real salute for trying to help his club and go out there. But he's smart enough to know somebody else is better off on the floor to help the club because I'm in pain.
He went out and gave it his best shot with 3:21 to go now.
Oh, he's in pain.
12.
He's in pain. I'm looking at that hip area. Both clubs have tough games coming up next. And State with another block shot.
Lindemann stuffed Bullock. What a great pass from Baston. And now Lindemann commits the personal stopping Traylor. That's 4 on Lindemann.
He wants to block every shot in sight. They got a tough one with Penn State. Michigan's got a tough one going up at Iowa coming up.
Hope you'll tune into SportsCenter all week long. The latest news concerning Super Bowl.
Talk about Irvin and Emmitt Smith, but they got to be the forward.
I'm surprised you know the guys. I mean, you're into basketball.
Oh, what about Dion? You want to talk about Lent? You want to talk about Williams blocking on the line?
All right, you convinced me.
I better not do that. They might give me an assignment in football. I don't want it. I want to relax.
Traylor misses the first. Gets the second. It's an 11-point game, and time is running out for Michigan. Here's Neil Morton coming in. Traylor will go out for defense.
Got to bring Morton in for a little bit quickness. Hey, the reason I know that, I listen to Chris Berman and company, all those guys, Theismann and them, and Jackson.
Do a great job, don't they?
They do a phenomenal job.
Here's a whistle and a foul away from the ball. Morton, I think it's going to be called for the hold, and he is.
Not insurmountable in terms of when you look at the difference tonight, but Indiana's shooting the 3. Look at this now. It's new school record. Unbelievable. Made threes, 12 for 18, 67%, shooting 40% for the season, second in the Big Ten. But not insurmountable if Michigan can make some things happen with their defense.
Now here's another quick foul for Michigan. The reason they're doing this is they're not in the bonus situation yet. They have to foul Indiana quickly to get them to the bonus and force them to the free throw line.
Right, not in the bonus. The bonus goes on the 7th one.
They've only committed 5, so Steve Fisher's going to have his guys out there hacking in a hurry.
They can play aggressively, make contact right there, trying for the steal. Oh, as long as it's not intentional, trying for the steal. The next one will put him in a bonus. You don't know about that.
If he was trying for the steal, you can sell me anything tonight.
I'll tell you, Mike, you see it happen so often. The fact that a guy's going for the, makes believe he's going for the ball, but he's going to make contact. Next one's a bonus.
So now that little piece of business is done. Here's a foul, a hold on Morton as he came in as the designated fouler off the bench and used up 2 in a hurry of that 3 in the sequence.
This comes down to making free throws right now. If Indiana converts on the line, they get the W or remain unbeaten at home. If you want to be a contender in the Big Ten, you better protect your own turf. You know,
and they shot free throws lousy early in the year. They had the team free throw percentage up to 68.6, but it's 75.7 in the conference, so they are getting better, and the same with Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan has improved on a free throw line. They've really been great down the stretch. They were great against Penn State in the win.
Lindemann misses the front end of a 1-and-1, but the lead is still 11. And they got to get Bullock on track here. He's done virtually nothing in the second half after a brilliant first half.
They're matching up on him. They're putting Miller chasing him. That is a switch outside. Now Miller back on him.
And Bullock has lost a touch in the second half. Neil Reed rode Robert Traylor out of there. Talk about blocking out.
Indiana now going to spread the court, get a little motion going from the offside. Will only take the high percentage shot. Run the clock down.
Lindemann
couldn't hold it.
But Michigan touched it last.
Michigan coming off that win, beating Penn State. By the way, Jerry Dunn, what a job they have done down there. Tremendous. I mean, they are a legitimate team, and they've played really without Lizicki, their tremendous three-point shooter. Only 14 seconds left on the shot clock. They don't get enough respect, Penn State. Really, they don't. People just think about them football.
Miller tries to go baseline, had it knocked out of bounds with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
I just saw the bus driver go up the alley, getting ready to run out to the parking lot and start the bus. I think this baby's getting ready to be warmed up and being tucked in an Indiana W column.
Traylor comes in as Morton goes out.
Michigan's not making anything happen with their defense. If you can't make it happen, create offense with your defense when you're behind like this, you could be in trouble.
And Miller fouled with 5 seconds on the shot clock as he went toward the lane.
Take a look at life in the Big Ten. There's Penn State. That's right. This is not football, baby. This is not Joe Paterno's Penn State. That's Jerry Dunn's in his first year at Diaper Dandy as a coach. 13-1. And if they had their guy, Mr. Lizicki, I think they might still be undefeated.
This could leave Purdue and Penn State back on top, tied for first place, as Charlie Miller hits the free throw, and it's looking more and more like it's exactly what it's going to do, and leave Indiana and Michigan in a tie for second.
Exactly. Purdue and Penn State hook up. That's going to be an interesting matchup at Penn State. Purdue coming off that loss to Illinois, who now has a healthy Keelan Garris.
Boy, they needed him back.
Oh, what a difference when you have Lizicki's back, but he's back playing sparingly.
Conlon for 3.
It's over. The bus driver
can't buy one now.
He just turned the key on, Mike, to warm up the bus, to get it nice and warm. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. Great effort tonight by Indiana. They responded to the challenge. They deserve a standing O.
It was their first game in a week, and 3 days ago, Sharon Wilkerson, the starting guard, dismissed from the team. And here is a foul on Traylor. They're going to call it an intentional foul. And Traylor's fouled out of the ballgame.
Tom Rucker with the call. He's from Detroit. Oh, there's Traylor. No doubt about it. They nailed him. Tom Rucker right with the call. Excellent call by Tom Rucker.
Nice piece of officiating, and Traylor going to have to learn there's no place for that stuff.
No place at all. You got to sportsmanship. You got to play hard, play tough. Michigan coaches know about it, and they're certainly not going to tolerate it. And he's a kid. He's going to have to learn. Coaches are talking to him now.
Lindemann will go to the line. He is 1 out of 6 at the line. Can you imagine what he would have done if he'd hit his free throws tonight? He has 17 points. One more ties his career high.
I think he feels like naked standing there all alone right now.
I want to see him make a 20-footer before the night's over and just complete the trifecta.
That's the worst feeling for a guy that struggles on a free throw line, to be there all by yourself. Oh, 1 for 8. That's the only negative right now. Look at Bobby. He's certainly going to be pleased with his effort, but that's the one area he's going to have to work on.
He's done everything else well tonight. Arkansas and Alabama coming up as soon as we're done here. We have a minute and a half left. Fresh 35-second shot clock as Evans will have it.
Hawks got some good young kids. Beat Mississippi State recently. Played tough against Memphis. Kareem Reed.
You want to keep it in Evans' hands as much as possible. He's the best three-point shooter.
Reed also
free throw shooter, I mean.
Reed, excellent free throw shooter. Spreading the court. See, I think the coming of age of Patterson over the last 2 weeks, and I believe he's just going to get better and better. We didn't see it all tonight because he got in foul trouble
early. Fouls on Baston. Mitchell will come back in, and White will go out, but we only have 1:06 left. And Indiana with a huge win here tonight if they can maintain this margin.
Oh, for a confidence standpoint. You know, Michigan's had 2 bad losses when you look at it. They had a bad loss to lose to UNLV. Certainly right now they're much more talented than them. Should have won that basketball game. They lost to Wisconsin too, but I don't know if I'd classify that as a bad loss. Dick Bennett doing a great job jamming with that 3-2 zone. And they might have the diaper dandy of the year in the conference, and a kid by the name of Oki, a tremendous talent.
Under a minute. The lead is 15. Baston goes to the hoop. That's going to be a foul on Lindemann. Lindemann is fouled out of the ball game only the second time this year he is fouled out.
He's going to get a standing O, I can tell you that.
I would hope so. He has turned in a heck of a performance tonight.
He's going to get a standing O. Here it is. Yes, sir. SO time. Standing ovation time for Mr. Lindemann.
"17 points, 3 boards. He had 7 out of 9 shots from the floor in the second half. It was a heck of a performance.
It was his effort. Defensively, taking the lane, really doing a job inside, neutralizing a great combination. There's Dan Dockage. He's ready for a head coaching job, as is Lorenzo Romar of UCLA, Tommy Amica. Those guys are ready for a chance. Hey, speaking of chances, where I live, Tony Dungy finally gets a chance. Tampa Bucks. Am I happy they hired him? I knew him from his days in Michigan as a student, went to Minnesota. Tony, congratulations. You deserve it.
Been a tremendous assistant for a long time. 97-83, Indiana. Indiana by 14, only 55.5 seconds left, and the Stars tonight have to be Brian Evans. 27 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, nearly a triple-double. And Neil Reed, who came up big when they had to have him, 26 points for the sophomore from Metairie, Louisiana, a career high.
He just made all those big threes. But the guy that's really their catalyst is Mr. Evans, because he sets the tone for everyone. He draws so much attention and leaves other people open. Handles the ball fairly well.
Yes, he does.
A little short on speed.
Indiana has shot 74% in the second half. That's not bad. Coming up, Arkansas and Alabama. Super Tuesday, of course, continues when we're done. An SEC matchup. Alabama on top of the standings in their division.
Iowa's been a little disappointing. Iowa, I thought, would really be one of the real dominant teams in the league, but they have really struggled as of late. I saw a game where Just Settles only had a deuce, and that really surprised me. I think Michigan could have their hands full up at Iowa because they're going to be a hungry bunch, Dr. Tom Davis's club.
Maceo Baston fouled from behind by Patterson.
Personal foul, Indiana, number 45, Andre Patterson.
I'll tell you, what a way to make a living. Unbelievable. Sitting at courtside games like this, Mike.
And, of course, you mentioning Iowa against Indiana next Tuesday. Game will feature that long-range shooting of Chris Kingsbury. Who hit one the other night. He must have been 30 feet.
Yeah, he's got a real MCI special. He can really lay it down.
It's in the bag. Indiana by 16.
It's all over.
And Steve Fisher saying, don't foul.
Split in the court.
Of course, the players want to hit 100. Michigan would rather not have them do it.
It's the best performance of the year for Indiana, and the crowd really appreciates it. They respond in a positive way. The Hoosiers excelled tonight, defensively, offensively, made big shots, and they really protect their turf, saying, yes, it's going to be tough to come in here and beat us.
Indiana goes to 11-7, 4-2 in the Big Ten. Michigan 14-5, 4-2 in the Big Ten. For Dick Vitale and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. The final by 16. Let's join Craig Kilborn.
Thank you, guys. Coming up next.